In this short video, let's look at the history behind the St. Joseph house selling statue. Now, you may very well say to me, "Excuse me, did you not say we were going to stick to actionable content and avoid all the esoteric kind of interesting stuff?" Well, that's true, but I think understanding some little bit about the origins of the St. Joseph statue tradition is very important, because as you will see in a later video, there are different types of people who observe the St. Joseph statue tradition, and among them are people who are great devotees of St. Joseph and who will be very familiar with all of this knowledge. Plus, you will also come across people who want to use a statue tradition, but will have many questions about where it came from. And so, at least being conversant on the most likely version of where the St. Joseph statue tradition came from, I think really stands you in good stead. So while there are many versions of where the statue tradition came from, probably the most popular and the one that has the most credibility is the fact that it came from Saint Teresa of Avila. Saint Teresa of Avila was a Spanish mystic in around 1500, and the story goes that Saint Teresa wanted to buy a piece of property. She wanted to build a convent, but the landowner didn't want to sell the land. So Saint Teresa had all of the nuns bury small little medals of Saint Joseph in the land that they wanted to buy. And lo and behold, the landowner changed his mind and sold the land. So what's interesting is that it looks like the origins of the statue tradition come from a single episode relating to the selling of land, not the buying of land, and doesn't particularly mention the turning the statue upside down, which, as you will see later, is an important part of the modern day statue tradition. Now, how the story relating to St. Teresa of Avila buying land and the modern version of using a St. Joseph statue to sell a house, how exactly that transitioned, nobody knows, but it's certainly very interesting. And some people speculate that the very fact that the statue tradition has lasted through all of these centuries is testament to the fact that it really must work. Of course, other people will tell you that it just is a silly urban myth and that there are lots of people who want to believe in silly things. So, as we go through this, and perhaps as you try out the statue tradition for yourself, you, of course, are going to make your own mind up.